Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is a scene for Living World of Darkness, the Mage venue, Magic the Resurgence. This scene takes place when Jack Connor, recently of the cloth but no longer, is taking a walk about the city. So I assume Jack takes walks about the city.
He does. He specifically, normally to and from the park where he worships the lake. So, yeah, mostly Brooklyn, but yeah. He's recently discovered a love for the outdoors.
Well, in this time, he will be walking along the streets of New York, somewhere not far from the Chantry, at least within 3 or 4 blocks.
hmm
And he will basically see uh, alongside him there is picture. You're basically walking past a TV shop, and
Okay,
by that I mean you're walking past a foot asylum that has loads of TVs in the window.
that
You,
makes complete sense.
makes complete sense. You see in one of the corners something rather weird. There's a little knight, a little cartoon knight, just sort of walks onto the screen and just kind of like stands there. It's just it just slightly takes your eye, and it's just a bit of an odd thing. Like this is a very suave, kind of cool looking
Yeah.
neon lit shop. And then this quite crappy clip art cartoon knight basically just appears, and
He's
it'll
gonna.
see you, and it'll kind of does a little wave. Like it's not very well animated. It's basically moving between two different kind of like two different like pictures.
He's gonna kind of frown. He's, I say, a former priest, currently, applying for a job at the New York Parks Department, and spent a lot of time doing charity work. So he's probably never been inside a foot asylum and only has a vague idea of what goes on inside. This does not seem brand appropriate, but he's not one to judge. So
The little knight sort of just
so
looks at you
he'll
and kind of waves.
he'll keep yeah he'll give it a frown and just keep walking, further convinced that people who spend that much on shoes are a bit odd.
As you walk past the foot asylum, they're playing some music inside, and very strikingly, a lyric sounds out. It says, "I need your help. I need your help, baby." And the song continues, but for some reason that just hit you in a certain way, and just I don't know.
Further confused. Yeah, I mean it's yeah he's for the moment he's gonna he'll turn around and actually he'll look at the TV screen to see if there's some link between a knight in ostensibly shiny armor and whatever cool thing the shop is going to do.
The screen the knight is on. He's now moved to kind of a different screen. There's basically kind of like there's a foot. The shoe is almost like swooping around in the screen. You're pretty sure it's just part of the thing. And the knight is stabbing at it again, very crappily animatedly with the lance as it kind of comes past. And then as you turn around, the head turns and it extends and it just waves at you.
Yeah, this is like the weirdest advert he's seen in a shop. He doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, he's not going to wave back at the TV screen because that'll just make him look like a total lunatic.
Cool.
But yeah, he's gonna keep walking at the end of the day if it's a knight waving at him on a TV screen.
Yep, sure. That seems like the perfectly like most normal thing to do.
Yeah.
As you continue down the street, you get to a traffic light,
Mhm.
It's an LED traffic light, and you're just kind of waiting there. The red man is standing there, and again, just a piece of movement catches your eye, and the red man starts waving at you.
That seems strange. That's not normal. He's not seen this before. He's actually going to take his phone out and Google waving red man traffic light New York. See if this is some new design of traffic light that's being phased in to make, I don't know, traffic lights seem friendlier or something.
You can't find anything. Weirdly, WhatsApp pops open. Your phone's been glitching out, maybe.
Yeah.
And you go onto basically, like, as you're doing it, you kind of hit a different. The thing pops over, when you're kind of like going to click something else and then something pops up, so you click it.
Yeah.
And you go onto the gift section, and in the gift section, you see a gift with the same little knight who's standing there waving at you. There are some other gifts kind of around.
Yeah. That's quite weird.
Probably
Google.
a new meme he's never heard of.
Yeah. Completely. Shrug. Put phone away. Wait until the light turns green.
The light turns green, and you continue on. The green man is just doing the walk in. You continue down the street. You're getting a little bit closer to the chantry at this point.
Mhm.
The next kind of road crossing you come to is just like a kind of pedestrian crossing at the four-way junction. And there's a man there. He's wearing a kind of like tall hoodie, and he's facing away from you. He's basically facing the way you'd want to walk.
Mhm. Okay. Like,
And he's on his. He turns just to look at you. It's like kind of regular Joe. Looks back. And then he says, "I need your help."
Jack is used to charity work. He's actually going to he'll reach into, it's like daylight, New York City, there's people around. He'll reach into his pocket and pull out his wallet and get out like $20 or something.
So the guy's not
$10.
looking at you when he says this. He's kind of looking across the crossing.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
It's a red man, but he's right next to you, and you're the only person that could hear it. He says, "I need your help."
And has he got his phone out or something? Could he potentially be talking somewhere? It's like, I mean, it's New York.
He doesn't have his phone out.
Okay. Then in the first instance, Jack's gonna pretend he's not heard anything. Stranger, New York City. Not looking at him.
Yeah. Sunday, 4:00. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're moving, and it would just be really great to have another pair of hands. Yeah, I really appreciate it, man. Pizza and beers on me. Yeah, thanks. And then the green man comes, and he goes out to cross the road. He continues talking. You can kind of gather that he might be on a wireless headset, or he is on a wireless headset.
Yeah.
You feel somehow justified, and you're not insane, and yeah, you did the right. This was the smart move. Why would you talk to a random person on the street? Yeah, totally. Like you
I'm
said,
the
New
least
York.
Jack's the least insane person he knows who talks to lakes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, keep walking to the chantry. Bit of an odd day. See what that meme's about. Probably something really fucked up.
As you walk past, you can see. You walk past a window that's wide open. Someone's clearly insane this time of year, and they have the TV on, and it's a really old, like black and white sitcom, and the kind of slightly cartoonish father in it turns around and says, "I don't need Jack." And then the channel is, you see the person change the channel, and the next phrase to come out of the next thing is, Conor McGregor versus the Cowboy coming up on UFC. Your name clearly rang out. Another very strange coincidence.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, he's probably feeling somewhat paranoid at this point. He's going to look start glancing around, looking over his shoulder. But most part, if you can't see anything like really obvious, he's going to keep glancing around. Hello?
Yep. You don't see anything.
Okay.
Your phone buzzes. Something vibrates in your pocket.
Have a look at it.
Your Bluetooth is on, and you've had a notification.
Okay, what is it?
It
Flicks
says, "We need your help."
Does it come from anywhere?
Yeah. The sender appears to be essentially like a kind of like jumbled load of letter and numbers. It looks like it
That
might be like a kind of
that
like a
definitely seems
node
like
or something.
phishing. Like it's a weird number saying we need your help. Does it have any like obvious like click here or for more or follow this link for more?
Nope. But as you're looking at it, it changes and it says Evan Love 99.
Evan Love 99.
I'm just going to write it out in the side. Evan Love 99, looking for love in all the right places.
Okay. Clearly some weird spam thing. But yeah. Delete message. Put phone away. But however, yeah. Note to self. Replace phone.
As you continue back to the chantry, maybe slightly more hastily than you would have before, you go past a car now that is playing on the radio, and you hear the kind of DJs, the normal sort of inane chatter, and you hear that there is a caller on line 1. We've got a caller in. See if they can get the big prize. What's your name? Hello, my name is Evan Love 99, and I'm looking for help. Well, Evan Love 99, you're looking for help. I'm sure we can provide it with our Bonza bonus jackpot this week. I'm looking for a man called Jack Connor. Well, I don't think we'll have any of that anymore. Prank caller. Let's get the next one on the line. And then someone else comes on the line who sounds very nervous and starts trying to guess the sound on Central Park FM.
Yeah.
Quality local radio.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, that's got quite weird, someone calling into the radio and asking for Jack Connor. But it's a common name, you know?
It is a common name.
Could be anything.
Could be anything.
Yeah. However, yeah. It's going to say hurry back to the chantry unless there are any more strange signs.
There are no more strange signs on the way back to the chantry. You
Okay.
think that you might have seen, as you're waiting at another crossing, a kid playing on his DS, and you might think that you see just for a moment. In fact, you don't see anything, but the kid says to his mother, who's kind of trying desperately to hold his hand, "Mummy, mummy, a knight appeared! A knight appeared! It must be a shiny."
Kids playing their Pickermans.
Exactly, playing the Pickermans. And you get back to the Chantry, and you don't see anything else.
Okay. However, culmination is a bit weird. So, what? Yeah, he's going to go out into the garden, and he's going to. What he's in fact going to do is first he's going to go into the kitchen and just take out a load of cutlery, like a load of knives and forks and some string. And around the outside, just outside, he's basically going to try and build a small improvised wind chime.
Cool.
Say small. To try and contact the wind spirits.
Sure. You build your wind chime. Would you care to roll practice or use flair?
I would prefer to use flair.
Then you can use
My
flair.
building.
Have you used this instrument before?
No, this is a completely. I've used tools, but I've not used this particular practice before. This is something that I thought up the other day. So, for contacting, speaking to the wind. In fact, no. I think to start with, do I have crafts? If I have crafts, I'll actually roll for the first time. I think.
Cool.
Roll crafts the first time. I do not have crafts. Fuck it, I'll still roll crafts. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, you begin putting together a pretty shoddy. Where am I? On mage. There we are. Wind chime, and let's see what happens.
I botch. I cannot build a wind chime.
Where are you rolling this?
In the that's in mage. It's ended up in mage misc. Sorry, not mage dice roller. But I got a 5, a 1, and a 2.
Okay. As you're doing this, you think you've created quite a good-looking wind chime, and you hold it up to the wind. The wind gently blows, and it falls to pieces. In fact, no. Was this a practice? Was this a practice roll?
That was a practice roll, yeah.
Okay, cool. Roll your arete. I'm going to say as you botch, it's +1 difficulty.
Okay. That is 1 success.
Should we do the rest of the rolling in Mage Dice Roller?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got 1 success.
And what exactly are you trying to do? What's the rationale behind the practice?
Literally trying to bring the wind spirits to this place and communicate with them in their beautiful musical language, because I want to find out if the wind has heard of Evan Love 99.
Cool.
That is an 8, a 10, and a 9 for the second roll.
Cool. As the wind spirits and your enhanced learning of how to make a thing that they would find irresistible and attractive, the wind begins to pick up around it. They jingle and they jangle and they jingle and they jangle. Some of the bits do fall off. You've clearly not made it very well.
Yeah.
But eventually, there seems to be a small kind of like localized, almost like tornado. They jingle and they jangle, and eventually you made it so badly that all the pieces just like it starts falling apart. But there's a localized miniature tornado going on, and the pieces of cutlery, string, and whatever coat hanger that you made it out of, are whipping around in this tornado, and they seem to make a face. And in the clanking sound of a wind chime, this time much more attractive, as the things clang together and chime together, you can hear a voice kind of made by the chiming almost. It doesn't even seem really possible.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, "Awakened one, thank you for your offering."
Swiftwind, thank you for hearing my prayer. I wonder if the spirits of the wind have heard the name of Evan Love 99.
Evan Love 99. There's a
Yes.
jingling and a jangling. We do not know this name. You seek him?
I don't know. I've heard the name two times today, saying that he is seeking me. I do not know if he is real or what he is, or if this is just all a figment of my imagination.
We know nothing of this. We know of high places and clouds. But you should come and be one with us, Evan Love. Come and be one with us, Jack.
Come with us, Evan Love. I am Evan Love.
Come with us. Climb the spires and jump out into our embrace, and we will carry you away. You will show you wonderful, beautiful things.
Jack feels bad because he didn't spend XP on Forces 3 this month. He'll smile and say, "Not yet ready to become one with the wind. When I am truly one with the water and earth, then wind is next."
What of water and earth, God, that we do not? Water is so slow and sloppy and wet, and earth, we have nothing to do with earth. They're
Now,
so boring and slow and bound.
this is
Come
why
with us and be free. Worship us. Worship with us.
this is why water and earth are easier to learn and become one with, because now was born with water and am bound to the earth.
You're
Water
right. Your skills are not yet ready to walk with the wind. Come back to us when you do. But for now, a taster. And the tornado expands and basically surrounds you. It whips you around. Even though it's kind of spinning, you don't really spin with it. You just basically become totally weightless, and you're whipped up off your feet for about 2 seconds, maybe like a meter in the air, before slowly being deposited. Can Earth do that?
Christy is in, by the way.
Oh,
She just messaged in the mage chat.
hey, sorry, I didn't see that, Christy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the kind of scene I was hearing doesn't sound like Syl was all that useful.
Well, Syl has come out into the garden where she sees Jack being whipped up by a small tornado and then deposited quite gently. And then all around the chantry, there is a very free, carefree, and lively laughing kind of rustles through the trees and then leaves the chantry.
Okay.
Also, there is debris of like bits of twine and all the cutlery from the chantry and like bits of bent coat hanger and stuff. Just looks like a mess.
She'll just sort of take a step back and, probably without even thinking, cross herself.
The last thing you hear is, for a moment, the laughter is very loud, and there's an extremely strong wind kind of blowing around you before it leaves. And you hear the laughter kind of go up into the treetops.
Yeah, she knows that this was definitely not her kind of thing. At the same time, she doesn't necessarily think it was evil. It's more of an instinct that she crossed herself. Just like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's just standing there, just quietly, like, taking this in. Doesn't quite know what to do with this.
Jack will be smiling and he'll turn around, and the smile will not completely vanish from his face, but it'll definitely become more restrained. Like, oh, hi, Sylv. Sorry, I'll clear up the mess. Sorry.
I'm not really anxious about the yard, aside from the fact that if people live here, neat yards are nice, but
Yeah. Sorry. This is going to sound crazy, but does the name Evanlove99 mean anything to you?
Are you meeting people in chat rooms, Jack?
No. Like, I'm probably just going completely crazy. It's just something that I've heard. Like, there was like a radio caller saying it was from an Evanlove, saying they were looking for a Jack Connor, and like, I got this weird message. I thought it was some kind of spam bot.
Where did you hear it at?
Literally just walking down the street, just out of a car radio, and then say the spam bot on my phone.
I was going to say, if it was a phone call, that might be different. I don't know. This stuff's weird. This stuff's weird.
Yeah. It's just trying to work out what's just weird, like normal weird, and what's weird.
I mean, I kind of look around and tend to think everything's weird. You wouldn't believe the dream I had the other day.
What happened?
At least I think it was a dream. I don't know. I found myself in a real weird place. And my mind wasn't exactly mine.
Oh? What do you mean? Sorry, I don't mean to pry. If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. It's just there's
Honestly,
weird signs.
I'm a little uncomfortable with the way I felt, I guess. It just, you know how you read in books about, like, the thrill of the hunt?
Yeah.
That's what I was feeling. I wanted to hunt. I wanted to fight. And she just sort of trails off and kind of looks off to the side uncertainly. She's like wringing her hands,
Yeah, that's I don't know. Maybe sometimes dreams just dream. Like, I don't know, you don't seem like that kind of person, but we're different people when we sleep.
Well, in this case, I woke up in an alley. So,
Oh.
Don't know how I got there.
Was anyone else there?
People who I've never seen before in my life.
That's in no way comforting.
Yeah. You probably
Wow.
just thought I was staying at my apartment, but apparently I didn't. I'd never been in that alley before in my life either. But she kind of pulled her sweater more tightly around her because she always wears that big sweater.
Yeah.
And just kind of like, a little protective, if you know what I mean.
So, okay. Yeah. Well, mine's not anywhere near that crazy, so...
Then accept it and be happy, I guess.
I guess. Yeah.
Are you at all empathetic, your character?
He's a former I mean, do you mean does he have empathy?
Well, is he good at it? That's all I meant.
Empathy 2.
I mean, he knows her well enough to be able to tell that something really bothers her about the whole thing, and there's more to it than she's saying.
Yeah. No, he gets that, but he still feels a bit weird around himself.
Understood.
He
So
definitely
does she.
Yeah. Reconstructing the relationship and don't want to overstep boundaries at this point.
Yeah. Right. Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt. Oh, here.
No, it's cool. Yeah, but if the name comes up, you hear weird things. I don't know, just
What was it again?
Evan Love 99.
Evan Love 99.
Yeah.
She's gonna pull out her phone and just type it in and see like all as one word, as if it's like a name in a chat room or a name, that you might see on like AIM or something from a long time ago, all one word.
Where does she
And
type it in? Sorry.
on her phone. Like she's basically Googling it.
Oh, on Google. Okay.
Yeah.
This autocorrects to "We need your help."
Oh god. She's gonna kind of gesture pretty frantically for him to come over to look at her phone.
That's the other thing it kept saying.
That's what it autocorrected to.
And try typing in like "Who are you" or something.
Okay, maybe we can have a conversation this way. Well, sure, I'm totally into technology. As she, deletes that and types in "Who are you?"
The answer comes back: Evan Love 99, looking for love in all the right places.
Creepy. I don't think he's one of your people, and I don't think he's one of mine.
No, definitely. Like, I don't know.
Your phone then searches, and you see it searching for "I need your help," and it comes up with an address.
Oh,
in fact, it comes up with a cafe.
Yeah, but been a long time since we've been to a cafe, huh?
Yeah. Completely. Hey, this at least is brought by a phone and weird radio signals and potentially a weird dream and not an army of killer squirrels. So,
Well, I guess. But now I have to worry about if my phone is being listened in on.
You get a reply back that says it's not.
I was like, Jack's also going to give her a look of being like, just be like, you've seen the news, right? Well, we're way past that point.
Actually, I think it just answered me. So since I asked a question out loud and it answered me there, I think the answer is it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a second phone. I'll give you the number later.
Probably. I don't know whether that's a good idea or a waste of effort, but let's give it a go and see if not getting weird messages asking for help.
I'm just going to be careful with this phone, what I send on it, that's all.
The phone has redirected to a shop called Carphone Warehouse and is going to this offers page, and there's some really good January sales on new phones.
Oh god, it's living in my phone.
Burn it.
I'm not... it might be an okay spirit if it's just someone who needs help. I can't get mad at that.
Do you want to go to the cafe and find out?
Or it's shopping on my phone. It's probably using my credit cards.
If it's telling you where to go while shopping on your credit cards... I had my identity stolen once. Yeah, it's... didn't find out for months, seriously.
Well, at least I have knowledge of it. I'll worry about my cards in a minute.
Yeah.
Fine, let's go. Give me a minute. I just want to go put on shoes that aren't... Well, I'm going to assume she was coming home from work. And she'll just kind of hold up her foot, and she's wearing the, heels.
Yeah.
And she's gonna run in and like get a bag that has some of her basic magic things that she might use for. She has some oils and stuff, and some other, some like holy water and stuff like that she would bring with her. And yeah, also her one medallion that she has. She's wearing that under her clothes though.
Yeah. Jack is going to take his axe. He's going to put a big coat on in which he can hide his bluestone axe, his little flute, and a small bowl. And some small scraps, like scraps of tire. Like rubber scraps.
Oh yes, and she also has a rosary in the bag. You don't wear rosaries; that's not how they work.
Yeah.
But it's in her bag. But anyway,
I love mages arming up. It's like the best thing.
Yeah, like she's got.
I've got a bow. I've got a rosary.
Oh, it's the worst. She's not carrying a weapon, but she is, Brawl 3, so maybe she is.
Yeah.
Craziness. But yeah, she just looks like a girl wearing a big sweater and a tote bag, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, she'll meet him back downstairs. She's now wearing like jeans and a t-shirt with her big sweater. And she'll kind of peek in her pocket to make sure her mouse is still sleeping, and he is for now because it's easier that way. Unless someone tells me otherwise.
Yeah. Where is this cafe?
The cafe isn't far. It's probably around like a half-hour walk, or a little bit less, or much less if you take the metro.
Yeah.
She's gonna just look at him and be like, "How much you want to bet? As soon as we step outside, it's gonna start GPSing us how to get there."
I'd say pretty good odds. If it's in any way connected with what's happening to me, it's spoken to me through someone else's radio, someone changing the channel on the TV at home. Like, I think an advert outside of a shop.
And my phone.
And now your phone. Frankly, your phone is the least weird of those things.
I like having control of my phone, though.
I can completely understand. I like not being spoken to by other people's TVs.
Okay. Fine. You're lucky you have such an ally in me. Let's go.
Absolutely.
And she pats his shoulder, just gives him an awkward look and starts to walk.
Sigh, walk.
As you walk, whenever you maybe half the time that you pass some kind of like digital appliance on the street, it's suddenly making you realize just how many screens there are. Things like the lights at crossings, just in TV windows. If you're like waiting at a crossing or waiting at the entrance to the metro or crowded in on the train, you can kind of just accidentally see the screen of somebody's phone. Both of you will see a little cartoon knight who keeps appearing. Who looks like this. And he'll basically just appear and wave at you. If you're ever at some kind of junction, it'll like point, and you'll never be able to see it for very long. Most other people don't really be able to seem to react to it too well. Except at one point when you're getting off the train, a teenager turns to one of the other teenagers that's with it and says, "Dude, I just like saw a knight in Pokemon Go. Like I was fighting this after this sweet Tangela, and this like word knight appeared on my screen. Some stupid like Easter egg."
The knight is like one of the things that I keep seeing, like some kind of weird meme that I've not heard about.
It kind of reminds me of the school I went to. That was what their teams were called, the Knights.
Okay.
Yeah. That's real weird. But I guess it could be worse. I mean, it could be a much worse thing.
Yeah.
As she sort of shudders, remembering back to the horrible spider thing that she saw when she first, like in a much, much earlier scene.
Oh, yeah, that bust through the cafe. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing she's like horribly afraid of. Yeah, that. There are much worse things.
This
I'm
is
like-
like completely legit. Yeah.
Hey, try something with me.
Mhm.
Take what appears to be a wrong turn. Instead of going ahead on the way to this cafe, just kind of like make a wrong turn someplace and see if we still see the hints.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go the wrong way.
You go the wrong way. As you're going, whereabouts in New York is this? It's Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or no, is it the Bronx?
Brooklyn.
No, aren't we in the Bronx? Isn't
Yeah,
that where
I thought the Maze Chantry was. Oh no, I don't know about Carl's new one.
it's the same
old one was
place.
in the Bronx. Okay,
Yeah.
then it's in the Bronx.
It's the same place, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Grace's garden is still out there, and other various things are probably still in there that nobody's taking care of.
Cool. You go past a bar, but it's one of these like hipster bars that has like all its beers listed in the window. As you're walking past it, it flicks to black and then flicks back on, and there are a load of beer names listed. The top one is Evan Love 99. The second is called We Need Your Help IPA.
Well, they have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
third is called Gwen's Vegan Stout, and the third is Athena Amaryllis,
Oh,
which is a very low percentage.
okay. Very low.
There's
It's
always
really more of an energy drink.
Yeah, that's true.
There's always some gross stout. In fact, Jack will say that as he looks at the list.
So you're more of a wine guy, huh?
I mean, I like beer, but like, yeah, stout's just heavy and all the taste is like clags at the back of your throat. Just not good.
I mean, you're right. She shrugs and just kind of like we can kind of like loop around the block or whatever and come up. Just take it. Basically, all we had to do was just. It doesn't seem to be mad that we're going the wrong way because so she's just kind of like, okay, well, it doesn't seem mad, so maybe it knows that we're still going to be going there even if we're taking a longer road.
Well, maybe it just doesn't want to kill us and is just asking nicely. Am I just being way too optimistic?
You brought up killing us. That is not optimistic.
Hey, how many things have we met recently that want to kill us?
How many things have I wanted to kill? And I'm not a killer.
I appreciate that. I'm just saying, someone asking nicely for our help seems like a welcome change of pace.
In the most obvious way that possible, except for they could just call one of our phones and say, hey, we need help. Can you help us?
Had to make it worse, didn't you?
No, I'd rather get somebody actually calling and asking for help.
Yeah, that's fair.
Whatever. It's fine. We're almost here. And it was our choice that we came.
Yep.
And we don't need a translator, I hope. Because we speak squirrel or something.
Yeah. Maybe it's just going to be messaging your phone the whole time or messaging our phones the whole time. That'll probably be the... Yeah.
Then why make us move? We could have had this conversation at the house.
Fair.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll just be careful.
Yep.
Are you heading to the cafe?
Yeah, we just kind of went around the block and came back up to the road. You know what I mean? Like,
Cool.
yeah.
You come to a cafe, and it's a quaint little English cafe. It's called Betty's.
Robbie,
And
I don't have the resources.
no, you don't. And it's called Betty's, and it's clearly kind of like a kind of like faux English tea cafe. And you go in. There are several people kind of like sitting around. And yeah, the kind of groups you might see. There's some kind of like old ladies. There's some men in suits, and there is some kind of hipstery people. And then sitting at the back is a rather strange-looking group of three. You see.
The three on your screen?
No, you don't see that.
Just swords out in the middle of a
Heck yeah.
cafe.
Heck yeah. And not to mention that wolfy thing that was going on.
You see this character, and I can't unfortunately hold more than one thing. So you see these two. The man in the robe is not dressed particularly like that, but he's wearing some kind of like weird priestly garb. And then you see these two.
A cowgirl.
A cowgirl. She looks like she's on the way to like a steampunk convention or something.
Okay.
The Colin Firthish man stands up.
Are they LARPing? Is this what she says?
It's a weird LARP.
He stands up and says, he will basically stand up and kind of like go, and he'll say, by any chance do you serve Happy Dragon lattes? Now, I don't think either of you two have actually heard of what Happy Dragon is.
Yeah, Sylve has no idea about that.
Yep, not a clue.
He'll wait for some reaction, and he'll kind of like, you see his eyes go over to you.
What makes them happy? And why would we want dragon lattes?
The menu's right there, dude.
The barista says, yeah, the menu's right there, dude. These guys are right. You don't serve anything like that.
Oh my gosh.
Roland?
Yes.
Well, you're
in
quite right.
fact-
They don't appear to serve it. Thank you for your help. I must be a tourist in this town. It's ever so silly. Won't you please join us?
Sure. Jack will order a lemon and ginger tea.
Sylve's gonna get an extra sweet latte.
Something is muttered under his breath as he goes back, saying, so uncivilized.
I was totally thinking that was probably one of Nausicaa's people right there.
And
But anyway, do you go join them? The man in the robe with the white hair and black skin looks extremely serious. He doesn't look at all. He doesn't actually look disapprovingly at the man who just sat down. But he's looking at you extremely kind of seriously. The cowboy lady. You get the image from the cowboy lady that she's doing her best to kind of act like a cool cowboy. Like that's genuinely like how you feel when you see her.
Okay.
leftover from Toy Story the musical.
Okay, so she doesn't look like a cool cowboy. She looked like a cosplayer.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Her cosplay stuff looks really good though.
Yeah. So yeah.
She's just gonna make sure that wherever she sits, she's not going to sit next to Jack. Because she just doesn't want the two of them to be separated by the other people.
Yeah.
This is weird as hell.
Thank you for contacting. Thank you for joining us for this afternoon tea. My name's Charles. This is my associate, Alyssa, and Solomon. They'll both just nod. You kind of get the impression that Alicia wants to like spit in a spittoon, but she restrains herself.
Hi, I'm Jack.
And of course, you've met our friend Evanlove. And he'll bring out a phone, and it looks just like a normal smartphone, and kind of slide it across, and it lights up, and this image appears in a hologram in front of you. A much prettier night.
Is that what's in the background of it? It's very small because you're not the whole screen. I can't see it very well.
Cool. I will quickly just change it to the main picture so you can see it.
Okay, so it's just
Basically, looks like an
I
almost
got
like World of Warcraft style night.
gotcha, medieval-ish.
Yeah, but like fantasy-ish as well.
Okay.
Nobody flinches at seeing the hologram. We've been attempting to get hold of your deacon for some time now, but have been unable.
Our deacon?
Yes, Athena.
Who's
She's an
the
Adaptus Majoris, of course. We don't know you, but we've, from our intel, this cabal has been quite an anomaly among tradition records.
I think you've got the wrong people. I have no idea who you're talking about.
You're looking for a goddess?
I don't. Look, we're not enemies. We're traditional folk, if you take my meaning.
Oh. You mean like the big groups as compared to the small groups?
Well, yes. I mean, depends which small group you mean, of course.
Well, if we're talking about what I think you're talking about, mine is fairly traditional and Italian.
Well, I'll tell you what. Evan, love, sweetie, will you do one of those, I don't know what you call it, sound wave blocking yada yadas so that we can talk properly? And the knight basically just nods and nothing changes that you can perceive. Look, we're here looking for the cabal known as the Happy Dragon Cabal.
Mm,
I've never heard of that.
I've never heard that name.
I mean, I know what a cabal is, but I've not heard of the Happy Dragon Cabal.
Alicia pipes up. I told y'all we were looking for the wrong people.
That accent, man.
You got a problem with my accent, Missy?
That was not in character.
Texas born and raised. For the record, her accent doesn't sound that good either. Mine's pretty accurate.
I was laughing out of character. I promise you, it wasn't her. Yeah. Well, there is the fact that we know what a cabal is. That might mean something.
A lot of people know who a cabal is, honey.
Okay, well, if we can't be of any use to you, then maybe you should go find the people who, some more people who know what a cabal is.
Listen, please. These fine folk are who we're looking for. Aren't they, Solomon? And the very serious man looks at you. And he nods. His eyes linger for a moment on. Does Sylvana have any Christian iconography?
Oh yeah, she's wearing wearing her silver cross necklace. She always wears that.
He looks at you and he nods. These are the ones we are looking for. The Lord has sent us this way. It is true.
Head tilt. He has caught her interest.
Oh, quite.
Lord, are
More
we talking?
formal.
Sorry.
Apologies. No, continue. I interrupted your conversation with my good friend Solomon here.
Yeah, she just kind of she just nods. Do you mean Lord as in Jesus Christ, or like Lord whatever of England and their royal houses?
The Lord has many faces, but we find it convenient to call him the One. I sense that one day you will too. I gotta apologize for Solomon. He's always talking like that. He likes to be real cryptic.
I mean, if we can help, I'm sure we're happy to help as much as we can, but I don't see what we don't know who you're even looking for.
You've never heard the name Athena Amaryllis?
Nope.
Gwen?
No.
Nope.
Phoebe Belfonte?
Nope.
Wait a minute. Well, obviously we have heard the name Gwen, right? Because isn't that who we? Don't we have someone in our group named Gwen?
Oh, I didn't know that. Am I being stupid? What was your last character called, Christy?
Grace.
Grace. Fucking hell. I'm sorry. All the times you've heard Gwen, they said Grace instead. I really apologize.
Okay, because I was just thought you were talking about our current, like Saskia's current character.
No, sorry. That's me just having absolute brain
yeah.
fart. Grace.
I don't think my character's ever actually heard the name Grace.
No, that would be strange.
Yeah, same. We died together.
It was cute
It was cute and tragic.
and still cute. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the two of them sit there looking kind of perplexed. I know that in our house, well, not that I own the house, but in our house, there's a lot of people's things that I've heard there were some deaths recently, but I didn't know any of them.
Oh. Well, that does rather put a damper on things. How about we formally introduce ourselves? You two are?
Jack Connor.
Pleasure to meet you, Jack Connor.
Silvana Donati.
Pleasure to meet you, Silvana Donati. Pleasure to meet you, sister. Yeah, pleasure to meet both y'all. The hologram text appears above the character's head, almost as if it was in some kind of like war game, like World of Warcraft, in a text bubble that says, "Pleasure to meet you both, Evan Love 99."
Is he actually the phone?
No, he's somewhere. Where are you, Evan, at this point? Who knows, Switzerland or... Either way, he is the fourth member of our group. It's very unlikely you'll meet him. We all have. You're much less impressive in person, aren't you? I just call him Lovey.
Okay.
Okay.
We can formally introduce ourselves. Alyssa, if you'd like to start as the most junior member, I think is appropriate. She looks somewhat huffy about this. But my name's Alyssa Tombstone McCoy, member of the Society of Ether.
Member of the what?
And I'm a member of the Society of Ether. And she'll pull out a gun that literally looks like a super soaker, but actually like made of metal. And she'll spin it around her finger, or admittedly quite deftly, and then spin it back into the holster that's kind of inside her trench coat. There's no need to show off, dear.
Society of Ether. We
You-
don't have a lot of knowledge at this point. The only thing that we've picked up is we know that there are bigger groups that they're calling traditions, and I don't know, there's smaller groups. I'm not really sure what the difference is, though.
Solomon just says, they are orphans. We found some orphans. Today is
Actually,
doubly blessed.
I have parents and a family.
You do now, sister,
I did before, and I still do.
as you say.
Yeah.
Trust me, I have 6 siblings. I get it.
In our sibling family, there are 9. My name is Solomon. I'm a member of the Celestial Chorus. In the future, Sylvana, I think we will get to know each other very well.
Why?
Because you're one of the faithful.
She just nods. I'm a Benedetti.
I have never met one before, but there are those of your denomination within our order. We have many. Hebrews, Mohammedanians. I am Ethiopian Coptic.
That sounds complex.
Before the communists drove us out.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that happened.
It was all part of the One's plan. It has led me to this place.
If by the one you mean God, I can't imagine I'll ever refer to God as the one.
It is political.
My faith isn't political. It's part of me.
How I long for your purity. He looks slightly tired when you say this.
She just shrugs. He can think what he wants, honestly.
The head zooms in on the hologram, and the visor is raised, and in it you see what looks like a fairly mundane face, maybe slightly chubby, definitely not the face of a warrior knight. And a voice comes out of the phone. It's a Swiss accent, so half German, half French, that I'm not going to do. And he says, I am Evan Love 99 of the Virtual Adepts. I'm sorry for being so cryptic. If there's anything I despise, it's being unpredictable. It's being predictable, rather.
Okay.
But you were fairly hard to find, actually. In such a big city, things can be tricky.
So there's been a load of random people have been beset by gifts of knights and radios asking for them for help.
And my phone, evidently. As she pulls it out to stare at it again with
Yes,
the black screen.
I do apologize for that. I normally abhor invasions of privacy, but in this case it seemed the swiftest way.
So were you shopping
only
with my
offer
credit
my
cards?
apology. No, I'm not lame.
No, I was just asking. It was a thought. I didn't know whether I need to just get a new phone and get rid of my credit cards.
I mean, you need a new phone because that is a piece of trash, but
This is the newest model. I can't really get anything newer than this. It's the newest one they have out.
have you seen what the crats have been believing?
Hey, if
It's
you want to
not
make me
new.
something.
Well, perhaps. But for now, introductions. Well, if you're quite finished, Evan. I'm Charles. I'm the, I guess, leader of our motley little gang. Charles Davonshire, and I am a member of the Akashic Brotherhood.
Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yes. And he doesn't.
Will you tell us a little more about it soon, as in the next couple of minutes?
Doubtful. We have business. But eventually, certainly.
She accepts this. I don't think I have a curiosity issue.
A gentleman never refuses the caress of a polite young lady.
She's looking at him with like the weirdest looks, but she just nods because there's no point in fighting these weirdos.
Yeah.
So, to cut to the matter, we were rather under the impression that there was some mages of considerable power within this city. From our understanding, the Union and certain rather large threats have been dealt with by them. If they are gone, or as you say, perhaps dead, we would appreciate the information on that. A quick summary of your recent history would be appreciated. But aside from that, we have come seeking their, and now your, help. Firstly, how many of you are there?
5.
5. Well,
I think all of us are fairly new.
No tradition members at all.
We don't have information. We've been trying to
wait.
get a hold of information.
Isn't Eamon, and this will actually be out loud, didn't Eamon say that
Oh yeah.
he was trained by the Order of Hermes?
Yeah, he did. He's apparently has a family connection that way.
Wonderful. Well,
But
the Hermetic
honestly
Street
have been trying
knowledge
to get a hold of information.
Thank you. The Hermetic Street knowledge like gold dust. They are reluctant to part with it. If you could ask your friend Eamon for if he knows anything that's been happening, a recent synopsis would be helpful. In the meantime, would you care to act as ambassadors to your group? Because we still very much need your help.
What can we do to help? Although I don't see what we can do given what Evan has demonstrated.
Well, let's think about it like this, actually. You are awakened. You're mages. You clearly don't really know your way that well, and that's no discredit to you. We could offer some guidance in that matter.
That would be appreciated, actually. I've been trying to come up with... I've talked to my cousin, and she doesn't seem to know much about any of this either.
Well, we would very much like some help from people that know this city. We're new to the city, and we're not established. We don't know our way around. We would care for some kind of feet on the ground, as it were. It would also go some way to proving that you could potentially join us one day. We would very much like that. Would you like that, Jack? Would you like that, Savannah?
I'm not against it, but
many orphans find, especially in recent days, they can't see any reason to join the traditions. Now, this is probably why the world's in such a sorry state as it is. All loads of people going around without any guidance and discipline. If you were to join us, we would offer you not only support, knowledge, and assistance, but we'd be able to help you increase your magical abilities. We're very good at that. Many say we're hoary old white tower laden relics of the past, and that might be true. But we're also, well, at least certain members of our orders, extraordinarily powerful, and we'd be happy to impart that knowledge onto the next generation.
I, for one, am interested in learning. I need to understand. There's so much to understand, and especially when you know there's more people up there and more. more of everything. And it just like, I don't know, it's been like hitting brick walls trying to come up with anything about all this.
Well, you're quite right. There are other people. Let's give you your first lesson for free, shall we? Have you heard of the Technocratic Union?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what have you heard?
Bad. Very, very bad.
Yes, very, very bad. Did you hear, Natasha? The consensus is out. As you say this, you notice that one of the tables really near you suddenly has a person sitting at it. It's not that you didn't see them before, or like they were invisible. You just didn't notice them, and you kind of feel a bit stupid that you didn't see them, as now you're kind of remembering they were always there. And a lady turns around. And it is this lady. I should be quicker off the draw. This is a shocking photo. I apologize.
It is a very large photo.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is not what I wanted. Okay, we'll do it this way.
We can see her face. That's something.
There we are. That's much better. It's this lady. She's wearing a business suit. She looks very serious. And she says, "Well, Charles, that's because they've been badly educated. Hello. Pleasure to meet you both. My name is Natasha Oko. I'm a member of the Technocratic Union."
What? Wait, I thought.
You thought what? That we were the man? That we would
No, that-
scurry you into a black van?
Well, we hear really bad stories.
Yeah.
She's
You hear-
she's
That you fight other mages.
Well, that's true, but all mages fight other mages. Don't you, Charles?
what's
How many of our
going
black
on
troops
here?
have you taken down with that umbrella? Now, Natasha, we said we'd play nice. Yes, it's just hard to be confronted with delusion presented as fact. But actually, do go on. Tell me what else you've heard about us.
Look, that's pretty much all we've heard. We don't want to get in the middle of anything.
Honestly, yeah, we've just heard vague stuff. We're like I said, we're new.
No, don't worry about that. We have a bigger fish to fry. But speaking of that, yes, says Charles. Speaking of that, we have come to something of an accord with our good friends over in the Technocratic Union. I'd hardly call it that, Charles. Well, let's call it that for now, Natasha. You see, our good friends over in the Technocratic Union have something of an issue, some trouble. And they've had a lot of issues working effectively within this city, thanks to your cabal's efforts. And so they've come to us for help.
What has our cabal done?
Yeah, we've not done. Looks terrified at this magically of this strange, like, scary woman in the business suit that, and like, we haven't done nothing. I know what you're talking about.
She looks very annoyed. Haven't done anything.
Can we not worry about Grandma right now?
I don't know what the last people who lived in our house did, and if you need to like arrest them or something.
Well, we would rather like to, but not for now.
Good luck, because I mean, I've only seen a few people there, and I know them all, and none of them, most of them don't know much about any of this either.
Charles, I really can't be bothered arguing semantics. We're here for business. Can we do business? Before one of you explodes in paradox. With this, Alyssa flips her gun and points it towards her, and Solomon just puts his hand on her arm. No, sister. We are here for peace. Keep running your mouth, lady. Solomon here ain't going to be able to stop me.
Look, what?
That gun looks like it's more likely to explode in your hands than
You know,
be
it's
in
been
these
really
people's-
nice meeting you guys. I think we might have to go. As she kind of looks to
Yeah,
looks to Jack.
Don't
yeah.
go.
Is everything's starting to escalate?
We don't want to be caught in the middle of a mage war. Thank you.
Heads are getting hot, but everything's fine. I promise you. Please sit down.
Look, what do you need us to do?
Look, as you know, the traditions of the Tournament Union are no friends. Let's say we're philosophically opposed, but in this case, our interests have aligned. Natasha, you can explain exactly what you need. Well, upstate we have a facility where an experiment has gone rogue and hidden itself in the city. Ever since our presence in the city was compromised, we have very few assets here. We've been able to locate it. We've had several assets going missing. We have sought to employ more outlandish methods in finding it, and Charles and his motley crew here are almost the definition of outlandish. Thank you. Basically, Natasha's come for our help, and we have in turn come to you. Now, Natasha has offered to see to having some of our friends who she's, what would you call it, Natasha? Incarcerated illegally. She just smiles at him. Freed in return for this assistance. Don't care about the greater good, do we now, Charles? No caring that there's a monster loose in the city.
So what can? There's a lot of monsters loose in the city. You're gonna have to be more descriptive.
I will be. She's just smiling at you. When she stares at you, it's very intimidating.
Yep, Jack feels thoroughly intimidated by these people. I mean, she probably extra intimidating, but all of these people are thoroughly unnerving him, including the phone.
There is one of our experiments loose in the city. We would like you to track it down. I can provide you with, and I've been authorized to provide you with certain amounts of information. We would like it intact. But if you're unable to, unintact would do. Disassembled.
So is it some
Deactivated.
kind of computer or machine or vehicle?
She thinks about that for a moment and says, yes.
What does it look like?
Like a man, but very large. Now, it's not linked to the main central processors, so although it'll be large and dangerous in that way, it'll also be very stupid. It doesn't have the capacity to operate as a solo unit. We would like you to find it and incapacitate. If you're really, really not able to do it, we will simply settle for the location. Charles will lean forward. Think of it as a test. I'm quite sure that your capabilities will lend you very nicely to dealing with this issue for us. And when you do, we will offer you certain assistances. Magical knowledge, information, assistance. We would be in your debt.
Okay. Fair enough. Is there any more information you can give us about what we're looking for other than, because I'll be honest, a large man that's quite stupid in a city of 7 million people is
really common.
Yeah.
Natasha looks at you, and she reaches into her briefcase and pulls out the blandest bland envelope, beige envelope you've ever seen, and hands it to you.
Beige on the level of magical blandness.
It looks so bland that unless your attention had been specifically perked to it, you might never have noticed it.
Got you an envelope with arcane. And it's like, okay, what do we?
It's what's inside the envelope.
Okay, look inside the envelope.
Inside is a dossier, essentially. At the top, it reads HIIT Mark.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, sorry.
And
Out
then
of
there's a
character.
load of information underneath it. There are several photos of schematics of what appear to be a giant man, and then several very grainy printed out CCTV images of what appear to be a giant man escaping some kind of guarded facility.
So why do you think we can track this guy and you can't?
Because you know the city better than anybody, darling.
So this isn't because of our abilities, it's because we know the city.
Well, as I said, we were under the impression that there were some very powerful mages in the city.
Mm.
Instead, we
'Cause-
found you. We'll lend assistance where we can, but we have other responsibilities. And besides, it would be good for you to, stretch your legs. Solomon steps forward and says, "If you do not think you can do this, then you should not."
I honestly don't even know what we're getting ourselves in for, but
Something very dangerous. We will lend our assistance, though. Charles is looking slightly exasperated at this.
Can I ask something without you guys thinking I'm, well, rude?
Go ahead, honey. You won't be the rudest person around the table.
I don't mean it as rude. I just need to ask. After all we've been told about the Technocratic Union, and we see you guys allied with one of them, and you're hunting down something for them, am I right? So why are we trusting you?
Now, darling, we ain't allied. The way I see it, we think we're doing it for the good of humanity, and so do they. They're just doing it wrong. Natasha is rolling her eyes at this. The truth is, New York has become something of a difficulty for both the traditions and the Union. It's awkward to operate here for us. The city, its consensus is in flux. Hard to operate. If you would do this for us, this would be a good opportunity for you.
I don't think either of us objects to helping where we can.
Simply object to trusting us.
I don't know you, and I don't know Natasha. No offense meant. As she sort of leans away from Natasha as she says that.
Believe me, I did not take offense at the fact that you think we are not associated. There's a very quick kind of look down to your cruciform. One of yours, maybe, Solomon.
Just for the record, she's sort of slowly like the pocket that her mouse is in, she's kind of moving it, just sort of subtly trying to make it look like she's adjusting her sweater, but she's really trying to get him like as far away from these people as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she just kind of looks and she's like, I have my beliefs and you all have your beliefs. I'm not questioning beliefs here.
I don't have any beliefs. This is Natasha. I have facts. But that's by the by. We can debate philosophy some other time.
Well, if you know magic is a thing, then that's a certain amount of belief in itself.
Magic is not a thing. It does not exist. It's called science.
Right.
What you do is bend the consensus. You damage the now, Natasha. Let's not get into that here. Of course. She stands up. Charles, this group that you have sublet our agreement to, looking thoroughly incapable of doing the mission. When they are unable to, I expect your group to continue it. And if not, well, our agreement is off, and you'll never see your friends again. And she'll leave.
Nice meeting you.
She doesn't reply and walks off.
She just looks confused.
She used to be such a pleasant lady.
Do you have any more information other than what's in this envelope?
Yes. Hit marks are extraordinarily dangerous. Now, it does appear that this one is not operating at optimum capacity, but I would not recommend engaging it in any way. Locate it, and we'll come and do the rest. If you're able to do this, we would greatly appreciate the assistance. If you're able to locate it, guarantee it is what it is, then we'll come in and help you. Or rather, we'll probably do most of it ourselves. When it comes to Natasha, if she thinks you did it, well, it would only serve to boost that tradition powers in the city are still ascendant.
Okay. Okay. We will find your hit mark and kill a giant dude.
Well, they said all we have to do is find it, and then they can come in and handle a lot of the heavy work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Finding things is not. That's something I think we can do.
You should take these as well. And he'll just look to Solomon. And Solomon will take out a leather satchel and hand over some things.
Look at the things.
There appears to be an assortment of decidedly occult things in here. There are flasks with things in, vials with things in, all sorts of stuff that I will add to the front page shortly. These should be able to help you, and some of them will help you locate the beast.
Do you have directions on how to use this stuff?
Oh, it's all very explanatory. If you open a bottle and it smells okay, you can drink it. If you open it and it smells awful, you probably want to throw it at somebody.
Oh, so we just kind of get to guess. That's pretty
Yes,
cool.
it's a form of education.
Okay. Education in magic and potions. I've read Harry Potter.
Actually, this is kind of reminded me of this game this video game I played with my brothers when I was little. There was this guy in it, and when you used him, he would do random effects. Wasn't the most stable person to have in the party.
Yeah, that doesn't seem
out of character.
helpful.
What game is it?
I was referring to Dragon Warrior 4.
Then Evan Love 99, a big exclamation mark will appear, and he'll say, "You play Dragon Warrior 44?"
4, just 4.
Oh, sorry, Dragon Warrior 4.
Yeah, my brothers had a Nintendo, and they got me to play it when I was really little.
The knight looks very pleased.
What? I may have a big Catholic family. That doesn't mean we don't have fun.
Just one more thing. can I ask you how your powers have manifested, just so we can know you a bit better? What kind of effects have you been able to run?
We'll tell if you tell.
Oh, well, certainly. I, for myself, follow the way. Do. But I'm most effective at... I found that courtesy and etiquette have got me far in life. People respond to it well. And then if not, he'll use that fancy umbrella to whip you off your feet and pin you to the ground.
So fighting oriented.
I rarely resort to violence unless absolutely necessary. A gentleman uses violence as a last means of persuasion. Well, you want to know about me? Says Alicia.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Well, I'm a whiz with machines, but my specialty is gunslinging. And you'll see she kind of like, she has an earring and she basically taps it, and out of her hair bun, a kind of like monocle thing on a kind of steampunk extendable arm kind of flips in front of her head, and there's also like targeting reticules, and it's why they call me Tombstone. And it says, as far as I'm aware, the only person that calls you Tombstone is you.
I'll call you Tombstone if you'd like. It doesn't bother me.
This one, I like this one.
Jack's just going to quietly nod and turn
And I hear Anne in the background.
and turn to Solomon. Sort of fixed smile on his face, polite.
Solomon has a slightly fixed smile on his face too, and he says, I don't manifest magic. The Lord manifests through me. I am his conduit and nothing more.
Yeah. Solana nods appreciatively of this.
Jack just nods. So I've been speaking, communing with the spirits of the city, with the waters and the stones and the winds.
Really? Here?
Oh, believe me, they're here. And if they are here, he'll find them.
The purer ones are here too. I mean, I have met Lord Asphalt, but what else is Asphalt other than born of Earth?
Ain't the dreamers normally out in some hut in the middle of nowhere? The Lord finds a place for all of us, Alyssa. This one's place is here.
I have also been blessed by the Lord. He allows me to do many things, but one of the first things that showed was when I found myself across the city.
Well, certainly looks like one of yours, Solomon. You're right. Me, I don't not believe in God, but I say keep faith in the Lord and keep your laser guns loaded.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a laser gun. I just prefer not to fight. Well, except in exercise. It doesn't mean that I would go down without a fight.
You see, my sister has the Lord's fire. Jericho would not stop her.
I have the skills he gave me. That's what I have.
The skills he's given you and your faith is all you need. Sometimes I find being in a mixed cabal the most enlightening, rewarding, and edifying experience in the world. Other times I find it extraordinarily frustrating. But it genuinely has been a pleasure to meet you. Um, if you would like to contact us, simply leave a message with that rather annoyingly haired barista behind the bar, and we'll get in touch.
So we can't have some sort of contact with Evan?
No. Evan's group, they don't believe in invasions of privacy. At least that's what they all say.
I just wanted an email address.
Well, Evan, are you comfortable with that? The knight gives 2 thumbs up.
You can throw it in my notepad if you want, with permission.
He gives another thumbs up. And if you look in your notepad, you have evanlove99 at protonmail.com.
Cool.
Love how this master of the virtual adepts doesn't bother, just has the most basic email address.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, she's kind of thinking it may not hurt to have a quicker way to get a hold of them than this guy in one cafe. Plus, he's kind of useful, maybe potentially useful as a contact.
Yeah.
So that's why she's just like, I might as well try to get some other way to contact him.
Yeah.
This is not my strong suit, so maybe maybe he'll let me, he'll help me out once every now and then. Who knows? Anyway, so she'll just be like, thank you. And she looks down at her phone. And,
well, it's been very pleasant knowing you all. And as you are our guests, we will naturally pay for your drinks.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
It's appreciated. It was nice to meet you. Maybe a little less nice to meet Natasha.
I wish you'd met her before. We used to see things much more eye to eye. She was a good friend. Now, well, as she would put it, she's all grown up.
Well, I mean, if she's hanging out with you guys, then she clearly knows. She clearly knows that you're doing stuff. And really, what science does she see you use? Aside from, obviously, as she gestures towards, like, the guns that, Alyssa has.
I wouldn't, as reasonable as the Technocratic Union are, they are big fans of disbelieving what they see before their very eyes. I wouldn't put too much effort in arguing with her reasonably.
I'm okay if I don't actually have to talk to her again.
That would probably be for the best.
Yep.
Well, chap and chapette, we will be on our way. A pleasure to meet you, and do look after yourselves.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
It was. And
Yeah.
They will get up and leave.
I think Sylv would probably kind of look at Jack and be like, let's wait like 5 minutes and then leave, and then we can talk.
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea. But as soon as sort of the 5 minutes pass and they sort of nod and get up to leave and go around the corner, Jack looks like, well, they seem like terrifying, crazy people.
But polite in many ways.
Just because someone's polite doesn't mean it can't be a terrifying, crazy person.
I mean, yeah, I know. I kind of liked Solomon.
He seemed like your kind of guy.
Seemed respectful.
In fairness, he seemed respectful and calm and polite, and at no point pointed the gun at anyone.
There you go. That's really all we could expect from this meeting.
And no one mentioned his ability to massacre people with an umbrella. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe he's the most reasonable of the bunch.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, he seemed to take a shine to you as well, so probably a good point of contact.
Well, I don't actually have any contact with him. I just have, contact apparently with my good buddy Evan Love 99.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. I think I am going to go ahead and get an extra phone just in case, but I don't. They don't seem like people who are going to just break into it.
No, but going
I'll-
without a camera.
If I can find one without a camera, I will. Yeah, one that just so if I can take it with me, if just in case.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll find one on eBay because I don't know if they make them without cameras anymore.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Oh well.
Okay. So I mean, I think we might be able to easily find him, maybe, but I don't know.
Have a
It's a,
think about how. All we've got is this.
well, so a guy like that stands out in the crowd, right?
I guess so.
So maybe I can get a map of the city and try to locate him that way.
Maybe. Maybe
Um,
he must have walked down the street, crossed the street at some point. Maybe the roads know where he might be.
there you go. That's a good idea. That would work even better if we could narrow it down to a certain area.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and we'll have to see what other ideas that the others might have.
Yeah. See if there's stuff in the library. Do some research on exactly what this thing is.
I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot in there that's actually terribly useful, except for, I mean, Sonny has his library. He keeps it in there with my stuff in the library. That part of the library I've kind of borrowed, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, nobody
Fair
else is
enough.
using it.
No, completely. It's fine. But I was saying maybe that has some answers in it.
Once he wakes up, maybe I'll see if I can talk him into doing some research.
Awesome. Okay. Anyway, I have to go back to the lake. Volunteering is good for the job interview. Trying to get a job at the parks department.
Are you? I mean, did you have some savings and stuff?
I mean, a bit, and the church still provides the pension. It's coupled
So,
with all the stuff that happened in Africa. So I have some money, but it's not going to last forever.
okay. Well, I just want to make sure you were okay. Somewhere to
Yeah.
crash and that sort of thing. Aside from there, if you don't want to stay there.
Yeah. Well, the apartment was paid for by the church as well, so it's part of the whole deal. So
That'll be
yeah,
going away.
it's gone.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I have an extra room if you want to crash there.
Thanks.
If you need to get away.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah. At the moment, I'm just at the chantry. But anyway, I'll see you later.
Okay. I'm gonna head back to the chantry, so I'll see you later.
Cool. Bye.
Yeah, see, that might be the end of this, unless there's something else that's going to happen, right?
Nope, that can be the end. And thank you very much, players, for playing. And thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.